A cardiologist reviewed the meal at number 1 on this list and said 3 words. This is dangerous. Not unhealthy, not a poor choice, dangerous. One dinner, eaten by millions of American seniors every single week. We pulled the nutritional data, the medical research, the sodium studies, and the dietary guidelines that the fast food industry hopes you never read. 10 fast food dinners that are actively harming seniors. 3 choices that are actually worth considering. Keep a tight grip on your fork, because what is coming will change how you order forever. Let's go. Number 10. McDonald's Double Quarter Pounder with Cheese Meal. Let's start with the most recognizable name on this list. The one with the golden arches. The one your grandkids love. The one you have probably ordered dozens of times without thinking twice. Here are the numbers they never put on the menu board. A double quarter pounder with cheese delivers 740 calories before you touch a single fry. Add the large fries and a large regular soda, and you are sitting at approximately 1,340 calories in a single dinner sitting. The American Heart Association recommends that sedentary adults over 65 consume roughly 1,600 calories per day. You just spend 84% of your entire daily budget on one meal at McDonald's. But the calories are not even the main problem. The sodium is. That complete meal delivers over 1,600 milligrams of sodium. The daily recommended limit for adults over 65 is 1,500 milligrams. You have blown past your entire day's sodium budget before you have eaten a single bite of anything else. And nearly 70% of Americans over 65 are managing hypertension, according to Centers for Disease Control data. For those people, that sodium load is not a dietary inconvenience. It is a cardiovascular event waiting to happen. A cardiologist quoted in a 2024 consumer health publication wrote, "A single meal at this saturated fat and sodium level can measurably affect arterial function in older adults within hours of consumption." This is not a theoretical risk. It is a documented physiological response. A senior customer in Texas who shared her experience after her doctor reviewed her diet log wrote in a health forum, "I had no idea one meal could do that much. My doctor showed me the numbers and I honestly felt sick. And that was just the opening act." What is sitting at number 9 contains a sodium level so extreme that it has been specifically named in peer-reviewed research as a single meal hazard for older adults. Number 9. Applebee's Bourbon Street Steak Dinner. Applebee's markets the Bourbon Street steak as a satisfying, protein-forward dinner. Premium, responsible, the kind of meal you feel good about ordering. The nutritional reality is a completely different story. The Bourbon Street steak dinner with standard sides delivers approximately 1,200 calories and over 2,400 milligrams of sodium in a single sitting. That is 60% above the entire daily recommended sodium limit for adults over 65. 60% over the limit, before dessert. Here is the part that makes this worse. The steak is marinated in a sauce containing high fructose corn syrup, caramel color, and sodium phosphates. These additives are not listed prominently on the menu. They compound the sodium problem far beyond what the salt content of the steak alone would suggest. And the mashed potatoes? Made from a processed mix, not fresh potatoes, which adds more sodium and modified food starch to a side dish that most seniors assume is the safe part of the plate. A registered dietitian who reviewed the Applebee's nutritional disclosure for a senior health publication wrote, "The combination of the marinade sodium and the processed side dishes means this meal is delivering a cardiovascular load that most seniors with any history of heart or kidney issues should treat as a genuine medical concern, not just a dietary preference." A senior customer in Florida who ordered the Bourbon Street steak regularly until her nephrologist reviewed her diet described the conversation online. "My doctor said the sodium in that one dinner was essentially what I should be having in a full day. I had been ordering it twice a week." Twice a week. Think about that. Subscribe to this channel right now. We run these deep investigations every single week. And the list of things these chains are hiding from you does not get shorter. Number 8. KFC's 10-piece chicken bucket meal. The Colonel's face is still smiling on every single bucket they sell. He built his entire legacy on obsessing over the precise second the chicken should leave the fryer. He had rigid, uncompromising opinions about oil temperature, the mechanics of the pressure cooker, and especially the richness of the gravy. When the corporation took over and changed everything he had spent his life perfecting, he did not stay quiet. He publicly called the new gravy horrible and pure wallpaper paste. The founders said that, and they still put his face on the bucket. Now, here is what that bucket does to a senior body. A single serving from a 10-piece original recipe bucket, defined as 2 pieces of chicken, delivers approximately 700 calories and 1,700 milligrams of sodium. Just 2 pieces. Before the biscuits, before the mashed potatoes and gravy, before the coleslaw. A realistic dinner plate assembled from a standard bucket meal delivers over 2,200 milligrams of sodium and upward of 1,100 calories in a single sitting. The original recipe chicken is pressure-fried in oil that has been repeatedly heated to high temperatures. Multiple nutritional studies have linked this process to elevated levels of oxidized lipids, compounds specifically associated with increased cardiovascular risk in older adults. The gravy that most seniors pour over the mashed potatoes contains monosodium glutamate, modified food starch, and several hundred additional milligrams of sodium on top of an already dangerous total. A senior in Georgia, who shared a KFC bucket dinner with his wife, wrote in a health community forum after a subsequent medical appointment. The doctor asked what I had eaten the night before. When I told him, he pulled up the nutritional information right there in the office. I haven't been back since. The colonel tried to warn everyone about what they did to his chicken. Your doctor is trying to warn you about what his chicken is doing to your heart. Both of them deserve to be listened to. What is hiding inside number 7 looks healthy from the outside. The menu makes it sound like the responsible choice. It is one of the most nutritionally deceptive items on this entire list. Number 7. Subway's footlong meatball marinara. Subway has spent years selling you the idea that their food is the healthy fast food alternative. The marketing is everywhere. The implication is constant. You are making the smart choice. For seniors ordering the footlong meatball marinara, that implication is not just wrong, it is dangerous. A footlong meatball marinara on Italian bread contains approximately 1,000 calories and 2,380 milligrams of sodium before a single topping or additional sauce. Add cheese, which most customers do, and the sodium crosses 2,600 milligrams. Nearly double the daily recommended limit for adults over 65. In one sandwich, the meatballs are a processed product containing pork, beef, water, textured soy protein, and a list of preservatives and flavor enhancers that no home cook would recognize as ingredients. The marinara sauce adds high fructose corn syrup and additional sodium. The bread contains azotocarbonamide, a dough conditioner banned in several European countries and in Australia, though it remains legal under U.S. regulations. For the approximately 33% of Americans over 65 managing diabetes, the refined carbohydrate load of a foot-long white bread sub creates a blood glucose spike risk that compounds every other concern on this plate. A senior customer in California, who had been ordering the meatball marinara as what she described as her healthy lunch option, wrote after reading the nutritional disclosure, "I thought I was making the right choice. I had no idea about the sodium. My cardiologist was not happy when I told him." She thought she was being responsible. The marketing made sure of that. What number 6 is doing is even more specific. It is marketing a comfort dinner directly to older adults using the language of home cooking, while hiding a nutritional profile that no senior dietary guideline would approve. Number 6. Cracker Barrel's chicken and dumplings. Dinner. Cracker Barrel speaks directly to the senior dining experience. The atmosphere, the menu, the rocking chairs on the porch. Everything about this restaurant says safe, familiar, nourishing, like Grandma used to make. Here is what Grandma's chicken and dumplings did not contain. The chicken and dumplings dinner with 2 standard sides delivers approximately 1,300 calories and over 3,200 milligrams of sodium. More than double the entire daily recommended sodium limit for adults over 65. In one meal. At a restaurant that built its entire identity around the idea of wholesome, home-style food, Grandma's chicken and dumplings did not have 3,200 milligrams of sodium. Grandma was cooking for a family, not for industrial consistency across hundreds of restaurant locations. When you need the same dish to taste identical in Tennessee and Texas and Ohio, you add sodium. You add lots of it. The industrial version of a comfort food and the home-cooked original share a name and a concept. They do not share a nutritional profile. The biscuit served alongside, which most seniors add because it is part of the Cracker Barrel experience, contributes an additional 300 to 400 calories and several hundred more milligrams of sodium to a plate already catastrophically over the safe limit for older adults managing blood pressure or kidney function. A senior customer in Tennessee who ate at Cracker Barrel weekly for years before a health scare prompted a dietary review, wrote in a reader letter to a regional senior health newsletter, "I genuinely thought I was eating well there. The food feels like home, but the numbers are not what home cooking looks like. The feeling of safety was engineered. The sodium was not." Number 5 is being ordered by seniors who think they are getting a light, shareable snack dinner. The numbers say something completely different. Number 5. Taco Bell's nachos. Bel Grande. Taco Bell is not a restaurant most people associate with senior dining. But the nachos Bel Grande is ordered frequently by older adults who see a shareable, snack-style dinner as the lighter option. Less heavy than a burger, less intense than a steak. A reasonable choice for a smaller appetite. That reasoning is understandable. It is also wrong. A full order of nachos Bel Grande delivers approximately 760 calories, 1,300 milligrams of sodium, and 38 grams of fat, 10 of which are saturated. The seasoned beef, which Taco Bell's own legal history established contains approximately 88% actual beef, with the remaining 12% comprising soy protein, oats, and various additives, adds a processed protein component that compounds the fat and sodium load significantly. The processed cheese sauce carries its own separate sodium contribution that pushes the total into the range that nephrologists specifically flag as hazardous for seniors with any level of kidney function decline. According to National Kidney Foundation data, approximately 38% of Americans over 65 have some degree of kidney function impairment. For those people, this is not a dietary preference question. It is a medical one. The chip base delivers a glycemic load high enough to represent a meaningful blood glucose management challenge for diabetic seniors. 1 in 3 Americans over 65 is managing diabetes. They are ordering this thinking it is the light option. A senior customer in Arizona, who ordered nachos Bel Grande regularly as a lighter dinner, wrote in an online diabetes support forum, "My endocrinologist specifically asked me to stop. The spike was happening every single time. I had connected it to Taco Bell, but didn't understand why until she showed me the numbers." The light option was not light. It was just smaller looking. Number 4 is the one that genuinely stuns people. Because it is a salad. It has the word salad in the name. And it is one of the most sodium-loaded items on this entire list. Number 4. Wendy's Spicy Chicken. Caesar salad. You ordered the salad. You made the responsible choice. You skipped the burger, you skipped the fries, you ordered the salad. Here is what that decision actually bought you. A full Wendy's Spicy Chicken Caesar salad. With dressing delivers approximately 720 calories and 1,880 milligrams of sodium. More than the entire daily recommended sodium limit for seniors over 65. In a salad. The Caesar dressing alone contributes approximately 400 milligrams of sodium and 18 grams of fat to a bowl of lettuce that most customers are eating specifically because they believe it is the low-sodium, low-fat option. The spicy chicken is a fried breaded product. Not grilled, not baked. Fried, with a coating system containing modified food starch, sodium phosphates, and a spice blend, delivering additional sodium that most customers never account for. The croutons add refined carbohydrates and more sodium. The Parmesan cheese garnish is one of the highest sodium cheeses available anywhere. You ordered a salad and received a sodium bomb with vegetables on top. A registered dietitian who reviewed fast food salad options specifically for senior populations wrote in a 2024 clinical nutrition newsletter, "The assumption that a fast food salad is a safe choice for an older adult with cardiovascular or renal concerns is one of the most common and most dangerous misconceptions I encounter in practice." A senior customer in Michigan who switched to salads at fast food restaurants on her doctor's advice, then had her specific orders reviewed at a follow-up appointment, wrote online. My doctor looked at the Wendy's salad I had been ordering and said it had more sodium than the burger I had given up. I did not expect that. The salad was the disguise. Number 3 is hiding behind something even more convincing. Number 3. Burger King's Double Whopper with Cheese Meal. The Double Whopper with cheese is Burger King's signature premium burger. The complete meal with large fries and a large drink delivers a nutritional checklist that reads like a medical warning document specifically written for senior adults. Total calories, approximately 1,450. Sodium, 2,100 milligrams. Fat, 68 grams. Saturated fat, 27 grams. Against daily recommended limits for seniors of 1,500 milligrams of sodium and 20 grams of saturated fat, this single meal exceeds the saturated fat limit by 35% and nearly matches the entire sodium budget in one sitting. The Whopper patty is flame grilled, which sounds like a healthier preparation method. In practice, flame grilling produces heterocyclic amines, compounds formed when muscle meat is cooked at high temperatures. Multiple longitudinal studies have associated these compounds with increased cancer risk. For younger adults with occasional exposure, the risk is manageable. For seniors consuming flame-grilled fast food regularly, the cumulative exposure is something oncology-focused dietary guidelines have specifically addressed in published research. The processed American cheese adds saturated fat and sodium to the burger. The large fries contribute a significant acrylamide load, another compound produced during high-temperature frying that has been flagged in dietary research focused on older adult populations. A senior customer in Ohio, who brought a Burger King meal log to his cardiologist appointment after a routine checkup flagged elevated blood pressure, shared the conversation online. He looked at what I had been ordering and said, "This is not dinner, this is a stress test." I think about that every time I drive past a Burger King now. A stress test. That is what a cardiologist called this meal. Number 2 is being ordered by seniors who specifically believe it is the lighter, safer alternative. They chose it to be careful. The numbers say they chose wrong. Number 2. Sonic's Large Corn Dog and Tots Combo. Sonic's Corn Dog and Tots combination is the comfort food order. Familiar, nostalgic, smaller looking than a burger meal. Many senior customers choose this combination specifically as the lighter fast food option. Something simple, something manageable. The large version of this combo delivers over 1,060 calories and approximately 1,920 milligrams of sodium. 28% above the daily recommended sodium limit for adults over 65. In a meal that was chosen specifically because it seemed like the conservative option. The corn dog is a processed meat product. Sodium nitrate, used as a preservative in the hot dog base, has been specifically associated with increased colorectal cancer risk in multiple large-scale dietary studies. The World Health Organization classifies processed meats as Group 1 carcinogens. That is the same category as tobacco and asbestos, not comparable in degree, comparable in the certainty of the evidence. Most seniors ordering a corn dog at Sonic have never had this conversation. The marketing language around fast food does not include WHO carcinogen classifications. The menu board does not mention sodium nitrate. The cashier does not bring it up. You find out the way that senior customer in Oklahoma found out, which is in a doctor's office after the fact. She wrote in a senior health community forum, "I thought I was being careful. The hot dog warning was not something I had ever connected to fast food." It should have been connected. That is the point of this list. Hit that like button right now if this is giving you information your doctor wished you already had. What you are about to hear at number 1 is the most ordered fast food dinner among American seniors according to 2024 restaurant industry data. And the combination of hazards inside it is more severe than anything else we have covered today. Number 1. KFC's Famous Bowl. A cardiologist reviewed this meal and said 3 words. This is dangerous. Not unhealthy, not a poor choice, dangerous. And when you see the numbers, you will understand why that specific word was chosen. The KFC Famous Bowl is marketed as the ultimate comfort food. Mashed potatoes, corn, popcorn chicken, gravy, and shredded cheese, all layered into a single warm bowl that looks generous and satisfying. It feels like home cooking. It feels like something your mother might have made. A standard KFC Famous Bowl delivers 710 calories, 2,370 milligrams of sodium, 26 grams of fat, and 7 grams of saturated fat. The sodium figure, 2,370 milligrams, in a single bowl that most seniors consume in its entirety, exceeds the entire daily recommended sodium limit for adults over 65 by 58%. In one bowl of what looks like a simple, comforting dinner. The popcorn chicken inside the bowl is a formed product, not a piece of real chicken, a mixture of mechanically separated chicken, soy protein, and sodium phosphates shaped into a nugget form and fried. The gravy that makes the whole bowl feel cohesive and home-style contains monosodium glutamate, modified food starch, and its own sodium contribution that pushes the total to levels that nephrologists and cardiologists routinely flag as genuinely hazardous for older patients. Here is why this meal is particularly predatory towards seniors specifically. The Famous Bowl is soft. It requires minimal chewing. It is warm and filling. It is comforting in the way layered familiar flavors are comforting. It is priced accessibly. Every single one of those features maps directly onto the practical dining needs of older adults who may have dental or digestive sensitivities or limited budgets. KFC engineered a meal that feels designed for seniors. The nutritional profile is the opposite of safe for seniors. That gap between feeling designed for you and being dangerous to you is not an accident. It is a business decision. And it belongs at the top of this list. A senior customer in Georgia who ordered the Famous Bowl weekly for over a year before a kidney function decline prompted a full dietary review, wrote in a nephrology patient form. My doctor pulled up the Famous Bowl nutritional information and showed me the sodium. He said it was like I had been salting my kidneys every Thursday night. I had no idea. Every Thursday night. For over a year. Salting his kidneys. That is what the Colonel's face on the bucket was selling while, yum, Brands collected the quarterly earnings. Now here are 3 choices that are actually worth considering. Safer choice number 3, Chick-fil-A Grilled Chicken Sandwich. The Chick-fil-A grilled chicken sandwich delivers approximately 420 calories and 760 milligrams of sodium, making it one of the lowest sodium complete protein options in the entire quick-service industry. The grilled preparation eliminates the oxidized lipid concern that affects the fried options across the avoid list. The chicken is whole muscle breast, not a formed product, not mechanically separated, not held together with sodium phosphates. The bun adds carbohydrates but keeps the overall caloric load manageable for a senior dinner portion. For seniors managing blood pressure or cardiovascular risk, the sodium figure here represents roughly half the daily limit, leaving meaningful room for the rest of the day's meals without blowing past recommended totals. A senior customer in North Carolina, who worked through fast food options with his cardiologist to find something workable, wrote in a nutrition forum, "My cardiologist actually approved this one specifically. That list is very short. That list is very short. Remember that." Chick-fil-A is not in every market, though, and the safer choice at number 2 is available in almost every city in America, costs less than most of the meals on the avoid list, and delivers something none of those dangerous options above could. A bowl of food a cardiologist will actually approve. Safer choice. Number 2. Panera Bread's Turkey Chili. Panera's Turkey Chili delivers approximately 250 calories and 840 milligrams of sodium in a bowl that provides 18 grams of protein, significant fiber from the bean and vegetable content, and a nutritional profile that aligns more closely with senior dietary guidelines than almost anything else available at a national chain. The turkey base provides lean protein without the saturated fat load of beef options across the avoid list. The fiber and lean protein combination is clinically relevant for seniors managing weight, blood sugar, or cardiovascular risk. This is not just a less bad option. It is a genuinely good one by fast food standards. A registered dietitian who reviewed fast food options for seniors wrote in a 2024 clinical brief, "The turkey chili at Panera is one of the few fast food items I can recommend to patients over 65 without significant qualification. Without significant qualification. That phrase should mean something after everything you have read on this list. Panera is not always the most convenient stop, and the prices have climbed in ways that strain some senior budgets. But the number one safer choice is available at over 20,000 locations across the country, costs under $8 in most markets, and delivers the lowest sodium figure of any complete dinner option we found at any national chain. What it is will genuinely surprise you. Safer choice. Number 1. Subway's 6-inch rotisserie chicken on wheat. Yes, Subway is on the avoid list with the meatball marinara. It is also on the safer list with this. The difference between those two sandwiches is not the restaurant, it is the order. And knowing the difference matters. The 6-inch rotisserie chicken sandwich on whole wheat bread delivers approximately 350 calories and 710 milligrams of sodium. The lowest complete meal sodium figure available at any major national chain on this entire list. Load it with vegetables, which add fiber and micronutrients relevant to senior health without adding meaningful calories or sodium. And this sandwich comes closer than almost any other fast food dinner to meeting the dietary guidelines that cardiologists and nephrologists use when counseling older patients on eating outside the home. The whole wheat bread adds fiber. The rotisserie chicken, despite the processing concerns that exist across the industry, represents a meaningfully lower sodium and fat load than any of the processed meat alternatives available at Subway or any other chain on the avoid list. The vegetables are real. The portion is manageable. The sodium budget leaves room for the rest of the day. A senior customer in Arizona, who worked through the full Subway menu with her dietitian to find a workable option, wrote in a health forum, "This was the one she said yes to." That matters when the list of yes options is that short. That is the entire lesson of this list. The yes options are short. The no options are everywhere. And the gap between them is not visible on any menu board at any drive-thru window in America. Now you know where the gap is. Use that information every single time. Thanks for watching. If this changed how you think about dinner the next time you pull into a drive-thru, drop a comment below and tell us which entry shocked you the most. Want to see which grocery store prepared foods are hiding the same sodium and fat levels as the meals on this list? Click the video on the left and I will meet you there.